Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wake Cat Sports, and it's Lions pregame. Lions scoring 52 points this week, beating the Jaguars. 9-1, 52-6. Good game by Goff. He threw for over 400 yards, 412.
Finally, usually he's a horrible fantasy
24 for 29, 4 TDs. You also rushed for another 3 TDs, with Montgomery getting 2, Gibbs getting 1. A lot of different people ran today. Goff even ran for 21 yards. A lot of different people caught the ball. Both St. Brown and Jamison Williams were over 100 yards receiving on the day. There is some injuries. Anzalone did get hurt. A couple other minor ones that weren't really that big. But overall, a really good game for the Lions.
It was a good game for the Lions, but let's face it, guys. This was an absolute snooze fest to watch. But this is what you do to bad teams.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville is one of the worst teams in the league. I think Peterson's going to find himself out of a job by the bye week, which is next week for them. And you just get in, you go in there and you let it be known that you're not going to let a team like this beat you. And they didn't. Goff finally best performance of the year stat wise. I think
stat wise, yes.
Career with the Lions.
Stat wise,
the career with the Lions, it was the most yards he's ever thrown for.
So what else can you say? It was just a good all around performance against a really bad team. And we could probably see the same thing when we go to Indy next week against the Colts.
Yes.
We're getting confident, but you know what? We should. And you need these things. These are kind of like almost like breaks. It's almost like having an extra bye week.
Yes.
Because there's not any stress in these things.
You're sitting your better players because
like
you're most likely not going to need them.
Right. We said it was going to be a cakewalk all week long, and we were right about that.
Yeah.
And it was.
We were even right about our score predictions.
Like I said, we worried at the beginning of the year. We're looking at the schedule going, God, they aren't getting many breaks here. They're not going to get too many easy opponents. So now, as the season has unfolded, you do have a nice stretch of relatively easy opponents. And that's good because we're going to have to gear up for the end of the year when we play the Bills and the 49ers and the Vikings again and the Packers. All good teams with our last 4 games. So, this is a night. Let's enjoy this stretch. And hopefully, like I said, we'll do what we should do and stomp the next 2 teams we play.
You should. Even though you're going to Indy next week, you should take care of business. I know they beat up on the Jets today. Well, didn't beat up, but it was a close game against the Jets today for the Colts. But you played well. There's no doubt about it. You're going to continue the momentum into next week against the poor Colts, who are starting Anthony Richardson. But your next record the Lions are chasing for best starting record would be 11-1. Because the 1934 Lions went undefeated 10-0 before they lost 3 straight games. So here's their next record, which would happen on Thanksgiving.
Way before our existence.
Well, I thought that was an interesting stat. Not since 1960 have 2 running backs both rushed for 8 TDs in the first 10 games of the season.
Yeah.
The Lions are breaking a lot of records.
Pretty cool stat.
Well, finally got a competent front office, a competent owner, good coaching staff. This is... And like me and him have been following this team for 40 plus years, and this is the best team I've ever seen. I'm not used to this. It's still something I have to get used to.
By far.
Yeah.
Now, you guys can tell me I didn't really get to see much of it. I saw bits and pieces. Having to work and all that. But how did Zadarius Smith look?
He had
1 sack. Other than that, didn't really hear from him. Probably just getting his shoes wet, his feet wet.
He looked like he was pressuring anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe he was.
He's not Hutch, but he's good. Good. We'll just we'll see. I'm worried about Anzalone breaking his arm. We'll see what the prognosis of that is. But Zadarius Smith, hey, hats off to you. You got a sack.
Yay. That's what I want to hear. Well, it didn't seem like
he's better than anybody else we have to replace Hutch.
The defense, evidently, even though Jacksonville, I know, is greatly depleted on offense, they must not have done much. I mean, from what I saw, how many sacks did we get today?
We ended up getting a total of, this thing would load back up, 9 sacks.
What?
Actually, no, 1 sack for 9.
I was going to say, we didn't sack.
That was a 9 sack. That's why I didn't think we sacked him like that. I read the stat backwards. 1 sack for 9 yards, which was Smith.
Oh, well.
So,
all right. Well, that isn't great. I mean, that's something to kind of be concerned about.
Well, I think maybe the game plan coming in was like, we could beat these guys without much effort. So don't try to hurt yourself. Just basically play your game, and we'll just walk away with this quite easily.
Awesome. Okay, sounds good.
I mean, it is what, like I said,
it is what it is. I mean, it was just a good victory against a really bad team.
Like there isn't much
to
to dive deep into it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if I can figure out more about Alex Anzalone's injury.
I heard it was a forearm injury. I saw the replay, and it looked like he didn't. He looked like he didn't hit his arm too badly. I looked like it to be on the back of the. He jammed it on the Jacksonville player, and he clutched his. I want to say it was his left arm going down.
Yes, they think it's a fracture because apparently he mouthed the words "it's broke." So,
well, put a cast on it. Put a cast on it and get back in there.
We don't need him over these next 2 games. I still think we can beat. Give him a couple of games off. You know, we'll tell him to rest up for Buffalo. I think Barnes is coming back soon.
Yes,
you have a lot of people coming. You're gonna have
Campbell starting to play more consistently.
Yes,
you're gonna have Melifonwu back soon. You're also gonna have Broderick Martin should be back soon.
Well, yeah, he has a big impact.
And then Mosley played all of 1 quarter for us over 2 years, but Mosley should actually be back soon too.
I didn't even know Broderick Martin was hurt.
Mosley will only come back so he can get hurt again and go on and bring up that page. Hammy!
Yeah, it's good to have Mosley back in the lineup. Ah, there he goes.
He pulled a hand.
But like I said, good game. We'll see how next week goes. We'll actually be in Indy for our 1 road game of the year.
That's right.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Lucas Oil looks cool from the outside.
So we'll see how this game goes. But with all that being said, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share videos around. Until next time, we'll see everybody soon.